Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you.
Hey loves, welcome back on my channel. It's Saturday, guys, and I've actually been out just doing a couple of errands, but I really had to rush back home because I was going to shoot this video today, and I have so much packages and products that I want to share with you. So when I woke up this morning, I just quickly got dressed. I took Eliana for her after school programs or weekend programs. Eliana does swimming and then she goes for lesson, and then I went to Sephora. Let me show you what I got in Sephora, guys. So my main products that I got was this lip gloss. It's kind of like, when I call it pink, I have it on my lips, guys. I would call it pink, but kind of like a pinky nude. I never used to like nude lipstick, guys. I'm just slowly discovering that I actually do lighting and some nudes. Not all nudes, some nudes. I think this is one of them. This is what it looks like. So this is from a brand called Winky Locks. And it's a friend of mine, Feven, who put me onto this lip gloss. I never used to use this brand before. Matter of fact, I'd never even heard about them. But I think I had seen their products in Shoppers Drug Mart. Actually, guys, this is in Shoppers Drug Mart, not Sephora. But where I bought it from, in the Chinook Mall, those stores are in the same mall, right? So forgive me when I say Sephora. I'll show you what I bought at Sephora. So this is from Shoppers Drug Mart, and I love it. That's actually what I have on. Like, once I started preparing for this video, I was like, I'm just going to use this, my new lippy. So I put it on, and I really love it. I can't remember how much I bought it, but this is my second product from them. The first one I got, I didn't really enjoy. It was a lip stain, and I found it to be sort of drying. But this one is really moisturizing and very glossy. And I really do go for how a lip gloss feels on my lips, because my lips are always dry. So I always go for how I feel with a lip gloss on my lips. I kind of like how this one sits on my lip. It kind of reminds me of the NYX lippies. Sits so well. I like the color, and they're not as pricey as the lip glosses that you will find in Sephora. This is the product I got from Sephora, guys. I went there to get myself a concealer, and this shade so I bought this concealer before, so this is what I've been using. This is the one I have that I've been using. I bought it off a whim just to try, and I fell in love with it. I love the texture, I love the color, and I can say that this is like the only concealer that I've been able to find my shade in. Like this shade, this new one I got, the Tan Deep Warm, is my exact color. And if you know how I have tried to find my color in Sephora, guys, if you know how I've tried and failed several times, I use concealer to cover up my hyperpigmentation or anything on my face that I don't want to be seen. And lately, I've been preferring concealer over foundation. I don't know. It gives me such a natural finish on my face when I put it all together. That's actually what I have on. This is not foundation. This is concealer. And that's what I've been doing, guys. I can't remember the last time I used foundation all over my face. I always just use a concealer, and even though it's small products, it gives me more value. The brand is called Tarte. I want to believe that's how it's pronounced, Tarte, and I love it so much, so you guys can try it if you want to. So they gave me a whole bunch of testers. They gave me this Pichy collagen cream. They gave me this Mario, and all these testers came from Shoppers Drug Mart. They've never given me this much testers. They gave me testers, but not this much, guys. They gave me a whole bunch of micellar water and, bobotti bottles, Melabi, La Roche-Posay. I think this is their new serum, the Melabi. They gave me this Vin. I hope I'm pronouncing it properly, but they gave me their vitamin C cream, okay? And they also gave me their Hyaluron B3. And then I went to Best Buy, guys. So I'm going to show you what I got to Best Buy. I got this bag here from Best Buy. Guys, ever since I came to Canada for a while, say for the first, what am I saying? For the last 3 years, if I don't go to the hospital to find out what I weigh, I don't know what I weigh. I've never bothered. I never cared. I just eat what I like. If I'm too fat, is the fat's business or my body's business. I never really had time to really put attention on myself, which is really wrong, because back home in Nigeria, I was very conscious of my weight. I used to work out. I used to diet. I used to do a whole bunch of things. Now that I have kind of settled down a lot, the first thing I went out to go and get, guys, is a scale. I went to get a scale. So this is from Amazon, okay? I didn't get this particular one from Best Buy. I just picked it up in the mail room on my way up, and I just put it in that bag. I'm going to open it so that you guys can. So this is what the scale looks like. It's black. I don't even know where the switch is, but I need to just pull this, I guess. Pull this off. Come on, I guess. And then I can step on it and use it. I'm very excited. So this is just going to be going in my bathroom. What else is in my bag? I got a toothbrush. So I don't know if you guys can see, but this is an electric toothbrush. So I've always only used manual. My daughter Eliana has an electric. Jaina has an electric. And I think their teeth are doing better than mine. Because the last time we went to get our scale and polish done, the dentist was like, oh, your teeth is really great. And your kids are really like no cavities, nothing. What are you doing? And I was like, oh, I just make sure that they brush twice a day. And I reduce, like in my house, you can't find pop and juice and all those kind of things. Not like I don't buy. I buy once in a while, but it's not like a regular occurrence. My daughter doesn't take juice regularly to school. I will buy juice for her if she's going on a field trip or if she's going for after school programs just to give her some energy, but it's not something that I will regularly buy for her to take to school. And he was like, you're really doing an amazing job, but there's something I want you personally to add to your routine that will really kick it up a notch. And I was like, oh, what's that? And he was like, you need to get an electric toothbrush. And I was like, oh, my kids use that. And he was like, yes. And, you know, there's less plaque, whiter teeth, faster cleaner time, a deeper clean. And I was like, are you serious? And he was like, oh, yeah. Toothbrushes are like how many thousand times, like electric toothbrushes are like how many thousand times better than the manual. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Anyway, I went out and I got myself this one. I didn't have anyone in particular in mind, but I got this one, to be honest, because it's one of those type that you can charge. It doesn't use batteries. This is rechargeable, and it has an extra brush head, and it has like a travel case if you want to travel. Then it has like hygienic cups that you can use to cover the top of the brush and all of that. Anyway, I haven't opened it, but I still let me show you guys, right? If you've been using electric toothbrushes and it's done so much for you, please can you put your comment in the comment section. Tell me what it is like, right? I've never used any. This is going to be my first one. If you've been using it, please let me know. I want to know. Anyway, so the next thing I have here is this keyboard and mouse combo, and it's in my favorite color, which is pink. So my favorite colors are pink and navy green, and I'm about to set up my at-home workstation. So guys, I got a whole bunch of things that I've been buying slowly because I want to have a dedicated workstation here at home for myself, where, or anybody that wants to need. My kids actually have like a workstation in their room. Like that was one of the things that I made sure I did for them, just so that I could have my privacy sometimes. Like you don't want to be in the kitchen and your kids are on the counter. It's fine sometimes, but I find it a little bit distracting for them. I want them to be able to cultivate the habit of actually having that time in their own study without distractions. And I needed one. I have stuff that I need to be studying and reading. Plus, when I want to work from home, it's just going to be ideal for me to stop using the kitchen counter, but to have a workstation in my room. So I did go ahead and I got a desk. I haven't gotten a chair yet because I've not been able to find a chair that I like. I went to IKEA today actually, and I got a mirror for my bedroom. I will show you that mirror, and you guys let me know if you think that mirror should be hung up or if I should just let it be on the floor. But not to stray from that anyway, I'm going to be setting up my home office or home workstation slash study place today. And I'm so excited. I want you guys to come along with me while I set up this place. While I'm setting up my workstation, I want us to talk about something because I never really shared with you guys my whole foray into IT, the reason why I decided to transition into a new career, because my background is actually in healthcare. I used to be a radiographer back home in Nigeria, but I'm currently in the IT industry here in Canada. And I never really came here to tell you guys how I actually got into IT and what it's been like. But I think I'm going to do that today because someone sent me a message, guys. So if you follow me, I put up this question and answer thing on the community post on YouTube where I asked subscribers what would they like to see more from my content, if they have any questions that they feel like they want me to make videos on, and all of that. And I got this very interesting topic, which I feel like I want to discuss with you guys while I am setting up my workstation. So the question that she put up, I'm going to be reading the comments, okay? So I'm going to put it out for the screen, but it was like, "Hi Theodora, it's nice to have you back. Can you please talk about job transitions, especially for someone who is in their 30s or 40s? What are the challenges to expect?" And my response to her was, "I love this question so much, and you're just giving me a great topic for a new video. Thank you, Miriam." Shout out to Miriam, you were my inspiration for this video. So I'm just going to be talking about what it's been like in IT and why I got into IT and what exactly it's been like for me, right? Let's go make this video, guys. All right. I'm just going to take all the stuff from my work desk, kind of like tidy up the place, and then we can have this discussion about IT. See you in a bit. Bye.
I want to talk about something very real. The journey of changing careers in your 30s or 40s. Essentially, what it really means or feels like to start over. The price that you pay and the things that nobody talks about. What it means to bet on yourself when you're no longer young and figuring it out. I moved to Canada from Nigeria about 3 years ago, and back home, I was in the healthcare field, a respected professional in a stable and familiar career. But after relocating, life took a different turn. About a year after relocating, it seemed like my husband was going to have to be relocating back to Nigeria with our son, and I would have to stay back in Canada with the girls. And faced with that reality, I looked at my dreams of becoming a healthcare professional here in Canada, and I knew that it would no longer be feasible because I have always wanted to be present in the life of my children. When you listen to people talk about starting over or transitioning into new careers, it always sounds so inspiring, like, oh, I changed careers and I'm now doing this and I'm doing that and it's all working out. But we do not talk about the price, the actual cost, not just financially but emotionally and mentally. If you're in your 30s or 40s thinking about starting over, here is what I wish someone had told me. That a quick 6 to 8 months course can never replace a university education. And most times these short courses only lay a foundation. You will have a lot of background work to study, to cover, to get to the version where you can even convince an employer that you are hireable for that job. Let's talk about the identity shift. For 15 years, I built my knowledge base and identity around being a radiographer. And suddenly I'm in rooms where all the past successes I had accumulated meant nothing. I cannot carry it over. I'm now at a level I was 15 years ago, trying to impress and prove myself all over again. You will feel small, you will feel lost, and you will shed tears. It is so painfully humbling. Let's talk about the learning phase. It hits differently because you're not in your 20s, no kids, no bills, learning and having fun. You're in a different phase, adjusting to a new country with responsibilities, a family or kids, bills, and your brain, let's be real, it's not absorbing those concepts quite as easily the same way. I had to put in 4 times the effort to stay afloat, and there were nights I cried and days I wanted to quit. Let's talk about career isolation. If you are able to have access to people transitioning in the same field like you have struck gold. You will lose your previous professional community and you will need to build a new one of people in the same field as you to share, learn and grow. And so many people will not understand why you made that move. Some will go silent because they are unsure how to support you. Some will discourage you with fearful stories. Now realize that this is a journey that you will have to walk alone. No one will give you the conviction to continue or give up. It has to come from you. And let's talk about the entry-level job criteria. Everything seems set up against you. Jobs are asking you for so much experience. Even the entry-level jobs require years of experience, references, and all the open job vacancies. You will feel afraid, small, and discouraged. You will need to confront that big man called imposter syndrome and get creative on how to look and seem very impressive on your resume. Be nice to people and keep connections. You will need references. Very few entry-level jobs these days have room to grow. Teach or mentor. You are expected to hit the ground running. There's thousands others like you outside, and if you're not meeting up to the expectation of that job, it's goodbye. You're fired. No patience, no mentorship. Let's talk about the silent battles you will face against odds to get that job. You are different, you sound different, you look different. That puts such a tremendous pressure on you to be more, prove more, walk more. You are constantly anxious, scared. Getting up to go to work feels like a task every day. You keep overthinking everything and questioning yourself. Let's talk about workplace bullying from that colleague who just wants to put you down lower and lower. They just don't believe you deserve that opportunity. You're already pressured and now you're dealing with microaggressions. Add the imposter syndrome you struggle with. You wanted this job, but you never realized the struggle that will persist beyond the job interview. Congratulations. This is the story you don't get to hear about. The silent battles you will fight until you get more experience and feel better about the decision you took and your new career. There is a price to pay, and you have to break through it and not let it break you. If I have any advice to give, it would be get a mentor in the exact same field you would like to break into. You will need it. Their experience will form the foundation for yours and help you. It is priceless. Pray, pray, pray. God makes the difference. You do not want to be anywhere that God has not graced you for. Answers in the comment section, guys. And until next time when I come your way with another beautiful video, guys, take care and God bless you and I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.